Lopez Obrador violence in Tijuana decrease, presenting National Guard uniforms. The citizen protection strategy implemented in Tijuana, Baja California, had a considerable reduction in the region's criminal incidents, particularly in intentional homicides, informed President Andrés Manuel Lopez Obrador. After leading the meeting of the Security Cabinet in that entity, the president said that this result is derived from the coordinated work with the governor, Francisco Vega de la Madrid, to guarantee peace and tranquility to the inhabitants. Before the implementation of the strategy, Tijuana had an average of 5.2 intentional homicides daily, and with the operative it was reduced to 4 daily homicides. The security operation began on February 4 with the deployment of 2,231 elements of the Army, the Secretariat of the Navy and the Federal, State and Municipal Police. In 11 sectors, 150 people were arrested and drugs, weapons and vehicles seized. As a result of these actions, the reporting systems and the perception of citizen security registered an increase. The public security institutions had greater contact with the inhabitants, and their presence was strengthened in areas with greater criminal incidents. The economic activity and the flow of tourists showed signs of recovery. Tijuana will be one of the priority attention regions where the National Guard will be deployed, a newly created organization whose uniforms were presented by the chief executive on this day. According to the Secretary of National Defense, Luis Crescencio Sandoval, these were made in factories of the Ministry of National Defense. The president stressed that the constitutional reform for the entry into force of this new security body that will be present in 266 territorial coordinations throughout the country has already been published in the official Gazette of the Federation. In 3 months, 150 coordinations will be consolidated, made up of the first 80,000 elements. Men and women will be recruited to join. Initially 21,000 troops will begin the training process. The first 3 months will receive basic training with the discipline and necessary values. Later they will have the specialized training process in public safety. Within 8 months the elements will be ready to join the National Guard. They will receive decent salaries and all the benefits that currently have sailors and soldiers. Inasmuch, cash of the naval, military and federal police will support the work of the National Guard. The president informed that in a maximum of 10 days, he will present the commander who will be in charge of the corporation. He has to be a person of integrity, with a clean background and experience, of unobjectionable honesty. We do not rule out that he can be an active military man, he explained. In 2019 the National Guard will have a budget of between 15 and 20 billion pesos. The spaces where their facilities will be built are guaranteed throughout the Republic. The Secretary of Public Safety and Citizen Protection, Alfonso Durazo Montaño, said that in the next few days the law of the National Guard, the laws on the use of force and the National Register of Detainees will be presented. The president reiterated that the security policy of the government of Mexico is based on addressing the causes of insecurity with opportunities for development, work, study and welfare.